All right, guys, we're back with video two of this bad baby mission craziness that is going on. The things we're discovering. My question is, how much treason and tyranny our government is clearly fully involved. Other countries have already said that, not said, they've arrested people, even in Britain, right? In the Middle East, they've arrested people over the Epstein files and higher ups participation. But in America, anything goes. Where have we come in the last 400 years? I don't know, but are we the Wild West? Anything goes? Anyway, for this video, we're checking in with Kim Iverson, and she's gonna lead the way here, and then I'll break in at the end of the video with a few words.
Well, thank goodness Thomas Massey and Ro Connor are actually the ones doing their jobs. I mean, these guys are heroes. Pam Bondi's sitting there saying, yeah, there's a bunch of child porn. And then suddenly, nothing to see here. What are you talking about? That is one of the number one things people want. All Americans, both sides of the aisle, want predators like this to be taken down. And yet now you're saying, yes, there was a bunch of child porn, but now there's nothing to see here. Well, now that we're getting the files, we're seeing that it does appear that there's quite a bit of child porn. And it also appears that there's a lot of extremely disgusting conversations, extremely concerning emails. In fact, let me play for you this clip. This is Mario Nafal's show. He had on Dr. Garrison, who is a psychological and body language expert. And they talk about an email where a woman accused Jeffrey Epstein of offering to buy her baby. Watch this.
I'm not sure if we've mentioned it briefly in one of our previous discussions, but it's a long email about a girl talking about, she seems upset by seemingly he's not supporting her. She talks about how he promised to support her. He promised to be there for her. She never asked for money. And now, she's not supporting her. Someone could, if people want to read it, they can read it themselves. I'm kind of summarizing it, but the end is the one that is really questionable. Mm-hmm. You made many unusual offers. You offered to buy my baby 6 months into our relationship, and 6 years later, you offered to support my ex-boyfriend. You offered to buy my baby. So Jeffrey replies to that long message by saying that would be arguable, except for the fact that, again, it is not like a contrary position does not exist. It exists over and over. Yes, you didn't like taking cash, but took everything else, which is your point, JP. You said anything that could be incriminating, he avoids. This is a perfect example. It's a long message. He avoids 95% of it, especially the part, including the part where she says you offered to buy my baby 6 months into our relationship. What do you make of this, that highlighted part?
Well, I think that I take it very literally. I take that at face value. I believe that he literally offered to buy this person's child, because had he not, and he had been like, excuse me, I didn't offer to buy your kid, that would open up the door for her to send details. Oh, yes, you did. It was in September of blah, blah, blah. Then she could provide details, and that's the last thing he wants. So he just ignores it. He, has whatever sort of vague, everything he says is incredibly vague right here, actually. It doesn't address anything. And that's the way that he replies to things like this. Just shut up and,
Jeffrey Epstein had been doing this for so long that he literally mastered this game. Mastered it to the point where we have to remember, at a certain point in all this Epstein stuff, we thought he was working for other people. We thought he was under Donald Trump. We thought he was under Bill Gates. We thought he was under the leaders of Israel, Bibi Netanyahu, and the former leader, Ehud Barak, or whatever his name is, Barack Obama. I don't fucking know. They're all the same leader of the same thing, actually. Jesus. He had been able to do this for so long that they all saw that he was doing something they thought was awesome. Information, all the riches in the world, all the diamonds, all the gold. Jeffrey Epstein was known to keep most of his riches in diamonds, guys. It's okay to feel invincible. It's okay to feel powerful. But when you get to the point where you use your power for evil, good people, God's army, God's people, because God can bring the sword too.
In the comments, yeah, they going in on Ricky. The comments, I'm rolling while the vibe stays sticky. Ricky's on a mission, let him hate, let him feed. In the comments, they can't bring him to his knee. In the comments, they wildin', think